Following the tragic end of the last issue, our group of heroes will have to cross the dark seas in a desperate and dangerous attempt to save their friends and to stop Apocalypse from awakening the Unmaker. Ooh. Tom Taylor is a master at writing alternate takes on comic book universes. He's regularly done that with multiple series for DC, and his talents are being used by Marvel in a similar way. Dark Ages issue number 4 doesn't just show off Taylor's solid storytelling abilities, but it also highlights his world-building skills. For in this issue, the story shows off new elements related to sea travel, as we see Nightcrawler with his fellow X-Men, Multiple Man, Colossus, sailing a giant helicarrier across the seas to bring refugees from Europe to Africa. Not only that, but we also get to see more violent-esque pirates, such as the crew of pirates who have sold their souls to Mephisto and have now become Ghost Riders in the process. Essentially, this is Marvel's take of Davy Jones and his crew, but minus the tentacles. And we also get to see Scott Lang, who is still stuck in his giant man form, but to add a bit of a Poseidon mythology to it, Ant-Man has managed to tame Fin Fang Foom and uses the alien dragon as his water steed, for Ant-Man is now the protector of the 7 seas. Beyond the detail, Taylor takes us on a roller coaster of emotion and action, but Taylor also brings heart, and he makes sure to add elements that we can relate to and connect with, which allows us, the reader, to experience even more worry and tension, as we don't know, who might get injured or who might end up dying. And so because of that, we are connected and we care more. Now, when it comes to the art, all of this is drawn in great detail by Coeli, who continues to redesign the House of Ideas inhabitants to fit this new world. Nightcrawler and the X-Men get a whole new redesign, which fits well to their newly adapted life as swashbucklers. And the Ghost Raiders, with their flaming skulls and them carrying machine guns and chains, make for a frightening sight. However, the biggest draw of this issue is the character interactions from everyone such as Black Panther, Storm, Spider-Man, to Doctor Doom. The character work is what makes Taylor stand out as a writer, and I'm glad that it's still a big part of the series, as it makes these characters stand out as well. Dark Ages issue number 4 gets a solid 8 out of 10. And so, our story picks up on a helicarrier, and with there being no electricity, our heroes have turned the dormant helicarrier into a giant ship that can sail across the seas. And by using Multiple Man as the crew, Colossus as the heavy lifter, Storm as the driving force, and Nightcrawler as its captain, it's how the ship is able to properly transport folks who are escaping Europe to Wakanda. Now, upon seeing the refugees arrive at Wakanda, this is where we see Black Panther arriving to greet them, to which we see both T'Challa and Storm share a wonderful majestic kiss, basically showcasing to us that, in this alternate universe, the two heroes have gotten back together. And this is where we see Pepper and Sue arriving at the ship, with Pepper completely suited up in her steam-powered Iron Man suit, because she is hell-bent on rescuing Tony from Apocalypse. And Sue, knowing that Mr. Fantastic is still alive, is determined to rescue her man as well. Plus, given the fact that Apocalypse is using Magneto's powers to harvest enough energy so that he can awake the Unmaker. And so with Admiral Fury agreeing to the terms with bringing them to Europe, we see the superheroes saying goodbye to their friends and family, whilst gathering their forces aboard the helicarrier, as they make ready to set sail towards Europe. And it's here where we have our team, consisting of Pepper Potts as Iron Man, Susan Storm, Laura Kinney's Wolverine, Honey Badger, Peter Parker's Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, along with the X-Men crew of the helicarrier. And thus, it doesn't take long for them to get on the high seas and to get rolling, with Storm taking the win and pushing their sails forward towards Europe. Later on that evening, stopping 10 miles short of Portugal, the crew has to take a break, and with everyone chilling for the night, Dr. Doom calls for a small little meeting, and he has some input on the rescue mission. He's saying that, this shouldn't be just a rescue mission, but it should also be a strike mission, because if they're able to kill Apocalypse, then they might be able to take control of all of Europe. So yeah, basically everyone on the team is theorizing that Doom wants to take over Europe, since, he was a dictator not too long ago. But everyone's like, you know what, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, during this discussion, this is where we hear screaming coming from the deck of the helicarrier. And it's here where we find out that it's the young daughter of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, Dani, along with the daughter of Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. May, both telling their parents that they snuck aboard the helicarrier knowing that their parents would tell them no. However, the only issue is that, during this moment, May's spidey sense starts going crazy. And that is because they are now under attack from the Ghost Riders. And with a fiery grappling hook, the Ghost Riders impale the chest of Admiral Fury, and we see him getting dragged down under the water. Now, in this new world, we see that the Ghost Riders are pirates who have made a deal with the devil being Mephisto. And so, ever since that, the Ghost Pirates have been dragging people down into the waters during this entire time. And so, with not wasting any more time, our team of heroes jump into the fight, with Colossus throwing both Wolverines onto the Ghost Pirate ship, and they literally go to town. Meanwhile, our crew of heroes know that they are outnumbered and that, if they hang out in these waters for any longer, then they'll have no chance of walking out of this alive. And so the only option that they have is to set sail to a much safer area, that being the area where the Guardians of the Port hang out. Thus, we see a giant dragon coming out from under the water, and it's revealed to be the one and only Fin Fang Foom. But wait, there's more, because riding on its back is Scott Lang's Ant-Man. And so with one giant blast, we see Fin Fang Foom decimate all of the pirates, essentially performing a flawless victory. However, though our heroes have made it across the seas, it sadly came at a huge cost, because despite their victory, they lost Admiral Fury. And with his death, it's just one more friend that the heroes will need to avenge. And that, folks, was the end of Dark Ages issue number 4. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. And as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff. And if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload. And so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for Dark Ages issue number 5? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace.